I use shellac in a can and I put it down in hot water. And I made this guitar stand because I knew you guys wouldn't have a real guitar stand, so I made one to show you guys that you don't need a guitar stand. So I made one out of a jack. I took the second handle off, put a pipe down in it, tied the string so the handle wouldn't fall, and then you stick the guitar down where the output jack goes, and it won't break out because the guitar's not that heavy. So this should work. I can spin it around and everything. Works good. And you spray your can, then you start laying your first coat. You want to go off the guitar body and even strokes. That way it lays down even. Then you want to get the back. This stuff's going to turn out really awesome. Here's the first coat, the second coat, and I do 3 coats. Now I'm just going to finish sand it. So if there's like any imperfections, I really don't see much. There's a couple runs that I didn't see. You can sand those out easily, but this is smooth as a baby's bottom. So you're probably asking yourself, why didn't he just shoot it with lacquer? Why didn't he just get straight to the point? And the whole reason why you grain filled it to make everything look right. Well, this is my tip for you. If you spray this with shellac, for one, it darkens the grain for what I want to do. And 2, it fills in a little bit. It's like a sealer, right? I just put a thin coat on here. Like I said, it's a sealer. So when I get my lacquer in a can, I don't have to waste so much lacquer spraying the wood. Because even though you grain filled this, even though this is smooth, the first coat of shellac or lacquer, it'll just naturally soak into the wood. Not necessarily meaning there's open grains, it's just how it is. So that's why I put at least 2 or 3 coats of shellac on there. That way, when I get my lacquer that I paid $30 for, that's supposed to be quality lacquer, I can just do my 4 or 5 coats, because I'm not caking it on there, because the color that I'm getting, the more coats that you put on it, the darker it gets, and it's transparent. So that's the reason why I used walnut grain filler, because I'm getting transparent color and it's going to pop out at you. So that's the tip on how to finish your guitar and how to make it smooth and how to get a good finish and save money. Shellac at your local Ace Hardware is like $5, and then you get your lacquer. So you got like $36 in a finish of a guitar, and that will cover the headstock and the body. And I still have a half a can of shellac. I could put more coats on this if I wanted to, but I don't. And a lot of people are concerned about this. This is my signature when it's made, the serial number and the date and all that. And this right here is a mark that lets me know that I made it. The pick guard covers this. I'll never be able to route this out for a pickup or anything because that's where the neck tenon is. But the pick guard will be over this. So you won't see none of this. Even the imperfection where it was glued right here, you won't see none of that. Not only will this work on, for a lacquer base coat, this will actually work on staining guitars, because we've all used True Oil. And this is what this looks like. It looks, honestly, it looks better than True Oil. And this will get harder in True Oil, and this will actually be a protective sealant for it. But if you're staining a flame maple top and you're using stain instead of lacquer, you can actually use this. It dries really quick. It only takes a couple days to cure. It says it cures in, I think it's like 24 hours, but I let it set for a couple more days. You can apply coats on it fairly quick, 15 minutes apart, like 3 coats 15 minutes apart, then the 4th coat every half hour. But this is a nice product to use, and honestly, I would use it for anything. True Oil gives it that gold look, and this is how this guitar is. It depends how you turn the guitar. As you can see, the sides, it turns darker, and the front does that also, just how it hits the light. But this is what I use, and this gives it a golden look, just like True Oil does. And this stuff's amazing. For $5, I still have a whole can left. So I recommend buying this and using it if you're doing kit guitars. This is why I went away from True Oil finishes, because you have to use a lot of True Oil. True Oil takes time. You got to make sure you don't get stuff in True Oil. This dries fast enough where you can wet the floor and make sure there's no dust or anything. And if there is, it's super easy to sand before it cures. And then this, once you use it, you understand what I mean. This stuff's amazing, and I'll continue using it from here on out. I've always wanted something like this. I always like the true oil finish, and this replicates it really well. And plus, you can put lacquer on top of this if you want. If people like the lacquer thing like I do, like I'm big about lacquer and stuff like that, or you can just use this finish, and it'll work. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You guys know how to do this stuff. Now, when you let that shellac dry, I only did 3 coats. When I said I'm going to finish sand it, it doesn't mean I sanded it like I'm trying to take off paint. I just lightly sanded it, but it darkens it and makes it dark, like a golden crisp kind of look. So that's the look that I wanted. I wanted the grain to be a little bit darker, so when I do the finish, which you'll see the finish coming up, I'm pretty sure you guys are getting a hint of what it is. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and let this set for a couple of days. I'll see you guys next time.